And you know she might watch this.
We'll block her off anyway, don't we? We'll find her channel and block her off.
So Cal, nice to welcome you back to BHP UK headquarters.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, nice to see your bikes with some more mods on it. Those gold wheels look pretty nice, don't they? Well, we've run the bike up. We've got Alex writing a modified file to tweak in the new exhaust system.
Yep.
Just thought we'd get to know you a little bit while we were up here having our brews.
Why not?
Yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got into biking?
So I came to biking quite late. I think I was in late 30s. Most of my mates had already had bikes when they were 17, 18, 125s or 50cc's when they were a lot younger. I was from a bit of a stricter family, and Dad beat the out of me and said, no, you can't have bikes. Typical Indian family. I don't know about you, but so obviously I did the sensible thing, went to uni, got married, all that stuff, and then I just thought, I've always wanted a bike. I just always wanted to experience.
Had a mid-30s.
Had a mid-30s life crisis instead of the 40s. I think I might not even make it to 40, so I might as well just bring it forward a bit. And then obviously stash some money away from the missus, and I just thought, you know what, let's try and use that. And
how long have you been riding now then?
Not that long still. I think about 7, 8 years.
All right, okay. Yeah. What was your first bike?
I played it safe. So when I did my lessons and test with the instructor, it was a tatty old silver Honda CBF 600. I think it was enough to do the DA license, and I just thought, I know this bike because I've been training on it for a week. I might as well just go and buy one. I think it's just a couple of grand.
CB600F, that one.
Yeah,
the one that looked like a bit like a teapot.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
Bike, was it?
Wasn't the best. Because then my mates all had R6s and stuff like that, and I turned up on this little silver thing, and I was looking at me going, mate, you're not allowed in this group shot, mate. You want to, like the runt of the litter, just get on the side.
So what did you go to after your CBF? Sorry.
Right, this is going to sound completely bonkers. I went straight from a 600 to a 1299 Panigale.
Really?
So I went to a massive big V-twin.
Right.
Found some more money from the stash. Made a blag to the missus. I need some money for this, that, and the other.
You know she might watch this.
We'll block her off anyway. Don't we? We'll find her channel and block her off.
Because my wife, I'm absolutely 100% honest with her and tell her to the penny. The new Pikes Peak was. I paid 12 grand for it.
Yeah, it's the same with all
never lied to her at all.
Like the wheels, they only cost 300 quid. Like the exhaust, everything is a flat £300 price.
Right.
So she thinks everything's a bargain.
Excellent. How much is that Van Diemen exhaust? Does that 300 quid?
A bit more because of duties and tax from Australia. I think the VAT about 350.
All right, cool. So go on. Truthfully and honestly, how did you find that Panigale?
It's horrible.
Yeah.
It's so horrible. It was so hot. That exhaust that runs up under the seat
under
and between your balls and your back and your crack. It was proper roasting hot, plus the side of your legs as well. It was very snatchy. It was, once it got going, it was okay, but I ever read that on the road, like going to Wales and back, and I thought, yes man, on the bee's knees on this, but looking back, it was a terrible bike decision to do, and it was a terrible bike.
I don't think they make a great road bike. I mean, they're a fabulous bike, aren't they? Having said that, once with a map on that sorts the bottom end out, I'm trying to sell my wares again. That pretty much transforms them. But they are in stock form. They're not a great bike to ride around the road, are they?
Just for looks, that one is. After that, I went to a Yamaha MT10.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so I was like messing around with my mate, like on his bike. I think he had a R1 at the time, so I had a little ride on his R1. I thought it was 2015 one, so the 2CR, the updated one, and I thought, wow, this bike is nuts. But I thought it's just a bit too crazy, like too much power. I thought, and he said, well, just get the MT10 because it's the detuned version of it. That was probably the bike that I loved a lot. As in, like, oh man, this bike's everything. I had it all flashed by. Sorry, I know that's a devil word to use around here.
Do you want to bleep that out?
I didn't know who you were at the time. So I had that done, and it was okay. I think it was 155 sort of BHP sort of thing, and then that's when I started to do some more track days on it. And then I had a bit of an accident on the road. You got an MT10, a cross-pane engine with a Akroprovich exhaust. You can hear from miles away, right? Yeah. So this woman at a T-junction, with my bright white light on, the daytime running light, I'm thinking, I can see the car ahead. And she's looking. I know she saw me because she nudged the car forward, didn't it? Thinking, there's a bike coming, I can't go. And then she nudged a little bit more, and I thought, I'm just going to come off the throttle here. I just come off the throttle. And she just pulled out, and I went, oh, bosh. hit the T-bone right on the side, and the last thing I remember was that she had a dog in the back seat, and I just remember the dog's face. He's like a little poodle type dog, and these dog's eyes just went. That's it, and that's the last thing I remember. I can't remember what the woman looked like. I just thought, oh, bosh. I remember the dog, and I woke up in the ambulance. And then the cheeky copper straight away goes, well, I'm going to breathalyse you. I said, bruv, I don't even drink, man. I said, have you breathalyzed a granny? You know, what are you breathalyzing me for? I'm the one that T-boned her. Why are you taking my levels? I said, I don't drink. I wasn't drinking at the time anyway, so that was a bit of a wound because I really liked that bike. I saw Ducati on Instagram post the new SP with those new MotoGP inspired livery on the new colours on the bike. There's a bit of white, a bit of grey, and I saw that and I thought, I love that. And I just literally rang Ducati Worcester straight away. That's the nearest one to where I live. And I said, I've seen this new bike. When's it available? How do I get one? He goes, just send me £250 deposit and you can have it. I thought, bosh.
For the SP?
Yeah. So just sent the deposit and I said, when is it going to be available? He goes, probably next year. So 2021. Yeah. So I've had it over a year. So 2021.
So you've gone from MT10, you had the R1 for a little while, the Panigale 1299, and you've gone down in power to the SP to 114 horsepower?
Yeah.
So how much power is enough? Because I know you absolutely love this bike, don't you?
Oh mate, this bike. I have so much fun on this bike. You can use pretty much just most of that 114 horsepower in the gears and the speed.
Most of the time.
Yeah, most of the time pretty much. So the other bikes that had lots of power, I think, even on the track, is great having it on the track. But unless you're like some proper high-end level top skilled rider who can use the electronics, use the power of the bike, then it's too intimidating. I think it really impacts your confidence if you're just always having to think too much power, I don't know what to do, and you're doing it every corner after corner. And then on the road you're doing the same thing because you've got the same bike. You're thinking, it's a bit mental. I've had more fun on this Hyper. How much power is enough? I'd say between 100 and 120, 130. So like a Triumph, like a 765 type. That's about right.
Sweet spot.
Yeah, I think that's a nice.
I think for the road they are, aren't they?
Yeah.
I think
I've never had a triple either. I think that would probably be next on the list.
You can have too much power for the road, can't you, to be enjoyable?
Definitely, man.
Yeah.
Mate, just drop down a few cc, get a twin. That you don't need the big massive 4 cylinders and stuff, or V4. You can have a lot more fun.
We've got a Super Duke downstairs that needs to be sold pretty soon, but I've enjoyed that, to be honest with you. I've enjoyed that as well. So you've done a lot of track days on this and other bikes, haven't you?
Yeah. So I do road riding. I don't mind doing it, commuting now and then. But my main passion is track days. So I'll always try and kit the bike out suited for track days, get tuition, get suspension set up for your rider height and weight, and I'll do UK track days. I've done Euro track days as well, and I think that's where I've actually learned more about myself, my skill levels, my limits, the bikes, and it sort of made my translate to the road riding a bit more fun. So not fun in a crazy way, not thinking, I'm going to this corner too fast. It's more like, I'm going a bit faster here, bang, bang, lean off, round the corner. You think, that was easy. And on track days, there's so many crazy people cutting you up, almost smashing into you, that you have to sort of do last minute avoid manoeuvres and try, think of how you're going to get around this tractor when there's a bus coming the other way on the road. Not that I do any crazy stuff, antics like that on the road, just in case the missus is watching. I haven't blocked her.
In case a block hasn't worked. Yeah. What's your favourite track then? UK
track day 100% has to be Donington Park. I love that park. I just love it. I love the elevation, the speed that you can carry in the corners, the natural flow of the whole track, and it's only got 2 straights, the back straight and the pit straight, so the Hyper doesn't get eaten that well. So I'm going to lose out to them, but whereas I'm probably doing about 130, 135 down the straight, the bigger bikes are doing about 160, but then they're having to brake a lot earlier. I'm slower, and I can brake a lot later. And take one out. It's like a ding dong all the way through, so that's what makes it fun. But Euro one has to be Mugello.
Right.
Thumbs up to the Italians. That is one of the best tracks I've ever went on.
What are you hoping to do with your bike next year?
Obviously, it's been kitted out for track, and I don't know if you might have noticed on some of the videos, I've actually started to prep it for some off-road stuff. So I get the same reaction from everyone. Everyone's thinking, what? You can't put an Hyper on off-road, but I did a really crappy attempt at an off-road on supercoursers on my bike. I've got a little dog walking park by my house.
Right.
And I took it down there thinking, I'll just have a little try. And I literally dropped it about 2 or 3 times because the Hypers, because it's got supercoursers, wet grass, mud. And I've never done anything like that before. So, you know what? I really like it. So I've got a second set of Marchesini rims. Now that I've got a gold wheel, so I've put some Pirelli MT60 RS 60/40 type off-roady road tyre.
Right. Okay.
So I've got that one. Put some extra protection on it now that I've got all this bling on the bike.
With that. The money you're spending on the extra protection, why don't you put it into an off-road bike?
I know everyone says that. I can get away with one bike in the garage. If the missus walks in the garage and there's one bike, it's fair enough. If she then sees 2 bikes and there's another third one in the back,
you're developing your video channel, aren't you?
Yeah, but then it's early days yet.
See, all my bikes are for development. None of them are mine. It's all right. All the business bikes are for development. Not one of them is mine.
Yeah, maybe you need to come and join your business, mate. I'll be like some sort of franchise from you. That's right. In the Midlands, that's it. I'll just put the sign over the garage or something.
Yeah.
There you go.
You could be an official test rider.
There you go. Sorted.
So I know you said you don't do a lot of road riding, but favourite roads, favourite part of the UK?
I think without a shadow of doubt it has to be Wales. I did that Black Mountain Pass, which I thought was okay. I like that as well. It's a bit short, but that's more of a where do Top Gear take their cars? Do a Google search, right, let's just ride there. The only thing is, it takes like about 2 hours to get there. By the time I get there, I'm knackered. My arm's sore because I got no cruise control. And then I'm a bit knackered doing it. I think that's another thing. If I had some more creature comforts on the bike that aided more road riding, like a fuel gauge and and cruise control, then I wouldn't have this crazy arm pump and need some...
See, this is why you need a third bike. So you've got your bike sorted out for...
I thought it was just 2. I need 3 now.
No, you need a third one for touring, yeah. I think we need to invite you up here, don't we? Do some proper roads, because...
Yeah, man. It'd be cool.
Yeah, if Black Mountain Pass is one of your favourites, then you need to do some road riding,
I need to do some more research, that's what I need to do.
Yeah. Where are you going to go next?
What am I going to go next? At the moment, I can't see anything down the line that I think I might switch up for. But... obviously, a lot of your decisions when you want to change happen when you go on a test ride, and I'm just trying not to test ride anything at the moment, so I'm not tempted. But yeah, nothing. For me, I'm more of a emotional. See a picture, mate. I want it.
Spur of the moment.
Yeah, that just looks amazing. I don't care. I don't care how it rides. It might be the shittest bike ever, but mate, that looks business, and I want it, and it looks good.
At the moment, we're a bit blessed, aren't we? I mean, there's very, very few. I mean, I've not ridden a bike that I thought that's disappointing or it's not a good bike. What would be your favourite manufacturer? Which manufacturer do you think is really doing it at the moment, or you can't get enough of?
It's weird how this kind of coincides with how successful the brand and the manufacturer is doing in MotoGP or World Superbikes, because I would have said last year, hands down, Yamaha.
Okay.
All day long, because they won everything last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
The American ones, BSB, MotoGP, World Superbike with Top Rack.
They're on a bit of a roll,
I love Top Rack. Big up Top Rack. I've been very impressed with obviously buying a brand new Ducati, and with the Ducati dealerships and the work that Ducati are doing in the UK with the Ducati only track days. They're doing a lot of. They're not trying to break in. I just think they're just reinforcing all the hard work that they've done in the whole World Superbike with Alvaro and Pecco in MotoGP, and I think Petrucci almost nearly got there in America.
You can get on board with the brand, can't you?
Yeah, I think you can. I know there's this, it's Ducati, it's old men buy it. I know we're not advocating the old brand here with our grey hairs, but it's that type of bike which, like I was saying, it's an emotional purchase. They are a bit steep in price, but I just think they're just going in that direction.
Yeah. But bikes are emotive, aren't they? You know, few people now buy them as a mode of transport. The dealer network's good.
The dealer network is good. And
Volkswagen Audi Group have obviously bought some Volkswagen Audi Group.
German stability to it,
yeah. Dream bike, if you could have anything, past, present.
Dream bike. Probably a dream bike for me would just be the Panigale V4R.
Yeah.
That 1000cc, 16,000 RPM, just to see what it's like, scream it, because it's a track weapon. You wouldn't be able to use it on the road. I don't think so. I think I know one person who's got one. I don't think I've ever seen him on the road. I think he just uses it for track days. 240 horsepower. I know at the crank or whatever for these new ones. That then just goes to everything I've just said about how much power is on the road. And saying I've got one dream bike, but it's like 3 times the power of what I've got. So, but again, it's an emotive, like you said. You look at that picture, you think, wow.
That's a good looking bike.
Yeah, that is one good look. Especially, and Ducati always put style first, Where we put in the exhaust pipes, right? Twins. The rest of the bike, here you go, designers, sort it out. It's not like the other way around. Let's put the engine in and then KTM. Let's just put this big donkey on the end of it, which just looks horrible. Sorry, donkeys. Everyone knows when you buy a bike, you want to accessorize it. Yeah. But you have to accessorize it with the dealer. I don't want the heated grips. I don't want this nice Rizoma reservoir cap. I just want power. I want an exhaust. Give me some extra stuff that makes it look carbon.
Well, nice to get to know the Hypermotardking a little bit better.
Cheers, man.
We hope you like what we bring to you. Please drop us a subscribe and we'll keep you posted off the new video that's coming out shortly. We'll bring you the Hypermotard video with Cal's latest additions and modifications on it. Should be out very soon.